Hi, I'm Jerry Dreger, Dreger's International Classic Sales in Seattle, Washington. We're here at Dreger's Clubhouse, and what I want to show you is this neat car I just got in. It's a 1935 Ford four-door sedan. Now, I don't normally buy four-door sedans, but you know what? They're neat cars too, and you can have a lot of fun with them. And you know what? You can take people with you. And I had a guy tell me that four-doors are the thing of the future. So I don't know, most people always want to buy the convertible or the two-door hardtop. But this car came to me, I liked it, I bought it. It looks good. I know you look at it in the photo there and it looks really good. The paint is just fair on it, yet it looks really good. So I wouldn't tell you to paint it or anything. And you can see that it's got, chrome grille is good, the chrome on here is good, the horns, the headlights, everything works good. It's flathead, you know, with the 3-speed. It's got a mohair interior in it, looks decent, and it's very drivable. We got it all service and safety checked, so it's all ready to go. The driver's side of this car is, like the rest of the car, is really good. Now there's a scratch right there on the back. There's a little chip right there. But overall, you know, it's really a good, solid car. This paint, though, I mean, up here, it's I don't know what you would call this. I can feel it though. It's just little tiny things. You know, it really could stand to be stripped and repainted. And we've got a chip here and stuff. But you know, this car looks so good just the way it is. I sure wouldn't spend the money to paint it. Now we got chips here, and that's basically caused from this right here when pulling this out, and you can see it's banging right there. There's a couple of spots up here on the hood and a little cracking right there. But you know, overall it's got a lot of eyeball. It looks really good. This front end looks really great. You know, we got the dual horns here, they're chrome. And this grille, I'm sure this is replacement grille because it really looks good. This V8 emblem looks good. The chrome bumper here looks good. It's got a couple of spots in it, but they're minor. They're just very minor. This whole front end looks, really got a good look. Passenger side, you know, there's a chip here, and I see a spot on the hood. You either like or you don't like the green wheels. I kind of like them. I mean, at first I wasn't too sure about it, but they've kind of grown on me. We have the same kind of spots in here from opening the hood here where people are not careful. There's a chip here. You know, there's a little chip in there, scratch in the paint. And look at the windows here. There's the original glass in here. I didn't point that out on the other side, but it's original glass. The Ford script is still right there, and it's cracked right there. You know, but this car has just had a good life its whole life. You can just tell, scratch there. There's a little checking and cracking right there in the paint. Overall, I like this car. I like the condition it's in. Now this has got the humpback trunk on it here, so it sets out here good. This chrome bumper looks good. Your spare tire, you know, it's got nubbins on here. It's brand new. I don't know how old it is. Hubcap looks good. And of course I showed you this scratch here before, so you know it's there. To open up the hood on this 35, you just push down on the back of the lever, push down on the front lever on the front of it, and you can lift it up. There's a little notch right there for you to set in, and your flathead engine sitting right there. And of course you just, to close it, same way, just push down. You gotta like the way all this car works. These doors, all four doors work really good on here. Well, I said that, didn't I? But you can see they do close good. One of the things I liked about this car, I got it, and the door locks worked. I know you think it doesn't work, but you just gotta, there, see, you just gotta turn it and wiggle it a little bit. Okay, locks up just fine. Same thing, you gotta wiggle it until you get in the right spot and turn it in the right direction. Then you can open the door up. You can just open up this trunk here and it'll stay there. Now if you come over here, look down in here, you can see this thing's all really good and solid. Floor pans all look good. And here's the toolkit, and you can see all this down through here. It's all good and solid. So this thing is in great shape. I don't think we found any rust anywhere in it, did we, Andrew?
No, I don't remember finding anything.
You can see that this interior, you know, it's been in here for a while. I have no idea when this car was reupholstered, but it's too nice to be original, and you know, that's a long time ago, and it's mohair, and it looks good. You can see we have the banjo steering wheel here. Looks really nice and everything, and of course the gauges across here. Speedometer runs slow. When you're doing 40 on here, you're doing almost 50. So, see, and of course there's your crank up for the window. It has a radio head, but there is no radio underneath here, so there is no radio in this car, but you do have the head. And of course you can see we're a 3-speed on the floor, and you got your emergency brake right there. This is your choke, a hand throttle, cigarette lighter. I don't even know if it works. And of course you got your glove box right here. And here's another neat feature, and it does work if you keep it wound. I don't know how accurate it is. I did wind it and watch it once, but we have a clock in the mirror. As you can see back here, this the rear section is all really nice. The seat's all good. Carpets are decent in this thing. Headliner is real nice shape. You see that here? See how nice this is in here? Now, one of the great things about these cars back in the days, they had room. Look at all the room between my legs here. This is pure comfort. And this is a Ford. This is your early air conditioning setup right here. You're just cranking this window open and you get your air in, and it works just nice and smooth like it's supposed to. Now these rear windows are kind of neat. They just got this little crank in here, and you can crank it back and open it up. That's about as far as it wants to go, it looks like. That's a little stiff, probably from lack of use over the years, but it still works fine. Even the back windows work really good. They work nice and smooth. Now you watch these windows. Notice this, we have an opening here. It's like a vent window, and then it cranks down. As you can see, they work nice and smooth. This is for the good old days when people smoked. To start the Ford, you just turn the key on here on the steering column. There's a button right there, and your choke is over here, and you just push down, pull out on it, and that's how easy it is to start one of these things. And to shut it off, just flick the switch. Now to turn the lights on, you have this knob right here in the center of the steering wheel, and you can just turn it. That's one notch, that's probably low beam, and then you flick it one more for high beam, and of course you bring it back to turn it off, and these would be the park lights. And we have a horn right here. Now the windshield wipers are vacuum operated. You got to start it up. And up underneath the visor here is the wiper. As you can see, it works. It'd work a little better if it was wet, but it does work. And you just push that off to shut it off. That is not smoke, you see, that is condensation. It's cold out here. It's just above freezing this morning. You'll like looking at the underside of this 35 Ford. Now, this 35 Ford is not a restored car. but at some time or another, it sure looks like it may have been a frame off because it's so clean underneath here. Everywhere you look, everything looks really good. I don't see, you know, I mean, I see surface rust like this, but I don't see any rust in this car anywhere. I've looked it all over before we started filming, and I want to tell you, everything looks really good. Frame, everything looks real good. Look at this old muffler in here. It's in good solid, and exhaust system is good. And again, everywhere you look is all solid, and it's clean. I mean, I don't think this has had a lot of miles put on it over the years, but you know, it must have been a long time ago looking at the bolts. I don't see anything fresh, but it's clean, so it's had a good life. Now, I don't know if you can see this up in here, but this has got one of the Optima 6-volt batteries in there, and you can lay it on the side. And Joe at Old School Garage, he's got it in there. It's good and solid. He blocked it and everything else, so there's no problem with the battery. I drove this thing back from Old School Garage, and I was impressed with how well this thing runs and drives, but not only that, it didn't pop out of second gear, which is pretty standard on compression with these things. So I'm pretty impressed with how this car runs and drives. This 35 is all stock. I mean, it's still got the manual brakes on it, and you got to push on them, and as long as they're adjusted correctly and you give yourself a little room, they work just fine. And again, I've driven it about 70 miles so far, and a lot of it was on the freeway, and it runs good, drives good. It's got bias ply tires on it. They got a lot of tread on them. I would probably put radials on it if I was going to keep it for myself. But you can see how good, solid everything is. I think you'll like this car. Well, we're coming up on the I-5 right now. Anyway, here we are. We're going down the road. Get a chance to see how this thing looks. I mean, it runs good. I'm probably doing 60 miles an hour right now. I had my Cobra up here. There you go. You can see 59 miles an hour, and it shows 50 on the speedometer. Hope you're getting a good look at this thing, and we'll show you this side of it now so you can see what it looks like. I hope you enjoyed the video of the vehicle, and I hope it was very useful to you, and I hope if you have any questions at all, make sure you give us a call at 206-533-9600. And if you're ever in Seattle, you got to call us. Come take a look at Draeger's Clubhouse. We have a lot of stuff we can show you, and I think it'll be well worth your while to stop in and see us. We always got a good collection of vehicles coming and going.